Okay, that concept I'll discuss in the today's class. Along with that, we are going to discuss in the today's class regarding assignment questions. Is we required assignment question discussion? Yes or no? Do we require a discussion of assignment 1 of CO? Or we don't want to discuss anything on the assignment? We required assignment question to be discussed, right? So where you have an answer, then how much answers you're supposed to write, okay, that questions and all, isn't it? So we want to make one small revision, isn't it? For that purpose, I'm just going to discuss the assignment questions. Okay, you're audible with my voice? Yes or no? Is my voice audible?
You are now muted.
Screen, yes, share. Okay. Yeah, I think you're able to see the screen right now. So I just want to uh, take a previous topic which we have discussed in the previous class. Okay. It's uploading. I think we have done a subroutines, isn't it? Yeah, still it's sharing. Yeah, I think you're able to see, right? Exactly. Okay, this is one of the example of subroutine program, isn't it? So just see here. So as we have discussed in the previous class, we have taken a calling program, right? The program is said to be a main program. I can call it as a main program. So this is one of my, suppose it's a calling program. So this could be some of the a main program. Okay, I can call it as main program. So in the main program, I may call, okay, n number of subroutines, isn't it? Subroutines I can call. Okay, so in the main program, I have written instruction number 1, instruction number 2, and when I write the instruction number 3, just see, I'm just calling a subroutine. See, I'm just calling a subroutine. Okay, so when the subroutine has been called, so which instruction I'm supposed to execute now? Obviously, I should go to my a list add function, okay, or list add subroutine. Okay, so I'll go to this list add subroutine. So where is that code available? That code available here. Okay, this is one of the subroutine. That name of the subroutine is list add. Obviously, so my next execution will be, I just move on to my, see, just move on to this subroutine. Okay, so even though I have next one more instruction is here, I'm not executing that instruction. Okay, so I'll go to the function whichever I called. Okay, I'll go to my called function. So this is what I called, which function I've called, list add. Okay, so here all the instruction I'll execute. So first instruction I'll execute, second instruction I'll execute. Like this, I'm going to execute all the instructions, isn't it? After I executed all the instruction, I should return back to where? To the calling program. Okay, so I should go back to my calling program. See here. So the program whichever called me, okay, which program has called me? This main called. Okay, that's why I should return back. See here, I should return back to the next instruction. That is nothing but what? This instruction, isn't it? Okay, so this is normally, you have already executed in your C programming. Okay, the same way, the same demonstration here also. So what is happening here? What is the meaning of subroutine? So when the main program called a subroutine, okay, so called the subroutine, at that time the subroutine will be executed. So just see here, this is the subroutine function. Okay, so this subroutine will be executed after the subroutine. Okay, completely executed all the instructions, so all this instruction, then what I should do? So as soon as the execution completed, I should go back to my calling program. Okay, so what is my next instruction? So my next instruction will be this one, that is nothing but what? Move or not comma sum. Okay, so for this execution of subroutine, I told you we required one register. Okay, which register we are supposed to utilize? That is the linkage register. Okay, LR, linkage register. What's the meaning of linkage register? So linkage register means, as I said you, suppose assume this is 100, address of this instruction is 100, address of this instruction is 104, address of this instruction is 108, and the address of this instruction, okay, this instruction will be 112. Assume, okay, 112 is the address of this instruction. Now this instruction may be, okay, so the this particular instruction may be 500. This is 500, this is 504, that is 504. So next instruction will be 50, what is that, 508, like this. Okay, I'll be having a number of addresses. So what will happen whenever I called a subroutine? See here, so I'm just calling the subroutine here. Call the subroutine list add. At that time, what I should do? So when I call this list add, please, carefully have a look at this. So when I call this subroutine, what I should do is I should execute the address 500 instruction, isn't it? I'm not supposed to execute 112. What is this? 112. I'm not supposed to execute 112 address instruction. I'm supposed to execute 500 instruction. Okay, 500. So address of this particular instruction, the 500. Which instruction I have? This clear or not? This instruction I'm supposed to execute, isn't it? That is why what I should do. So my program counter will be having the address. What's the address of my program counter? So right now my program counter is having 112. Okay, but what I should do? Obviously, I don't want this 112 right now. That is why I'll just keep that into a register LR, linkage register 112. And in program counter will be updated with 500. Why? So I don't want to execute, okay, this move instruction. I want to execute my list add instruction. So my program counter should be replaced by 500. Okay, so on this 112, okay, 112 is nothing but what? It's a return address. Return address means what? After the subroutine, so this subroutine will be completely executed. I should come back to where? I should come back to which instruction? So that is what my 112 address, okay, that is said to be a return address. So that return address, I'll store it in the linkage register. Okay, so that what will happen? I can easily take 500. I can execute all the instruction. After all the instructions are executed, what I want? A return. Return means what? Go to the next instruction of your call program. That means what? After subroutine execution, I should go to this instruction. Okay, now that is why then I will upload, instead of 500, I'll upload this 500 by 112. I'll replace it by 112. Okay, so like this, I'm supposed to execute the subroutines. Okay, this is what subroutine. Okay, so I'll ask one simple question. So here, what's the subroutine function? Okay, what's the name of the subroutine function? Can I get an answer? What's the name of the subroutine function? Can I get an answer? Yeah, type the answers. Yeah, list add. Very good. Okay. Okay. Very good. And can you give me one more answer? One more answer for my question. Which register will hold the return address? Can I get the answer for that question? Which register will hold the return address? Can I get the answer for that question? Which register will hold the return address? Remember, return address. Yeah. Linkage register. Yeah, very good. Yeah, LR is the one. Very good. Okay. Yeah, very good. Very good. Okay. Only two are answering. Only Karthik and Shivani. Why not others? See, everybody should answer to the question. Yeah. You should know what is linkage register first. See, I'll tell you one more small information. Difference between linkage register and program counter. Program counter register. If you want, I'll just show you the difference. So linkage register and program counter. Difference is there. See, counter means, see, if you want to just make a note of it, program counter is the register which holds the address of the instruction which is executing. Okay. So suppose I want to execute this instruction means the address of that particular instruction. Okay. So suppose here I'll write it here. Don't I'll write it here neatly. What is the definition tells? Here program counter PC nothing but holds the address of execution instructions. Holds the address of address of the next instruction which is executing. Address of the next instruction which is executing. Next instruction. Which instruction you want to execute? Next, that address will be stored here. Okay, address of next instruction. Okay, which is executing. You can write a note of this. Which is executing. Which will execute. You can also write it which will execute. Okay, like this. Which will execute. Okay. If you go to the linkage register is the one which holds the address of, a return address of the instruction, okay, in the calling program. Okay, so linkage, just you can write it easily. The return address will be stored in the linkage register. That's all, very simple. Okay, now, so here is the best example. I will call a subroutine here. So subroutine is nothing but what? It's with the address 1000. Okay, so actually I'm supposed to execute 204. Next instruction is 204 actually. I want to execute this. But when I call the subroutine, I never execute the next instruction. Which instruction I'll execute? Subroutine, isn't it? So what I'll do, so what is my what is the next instruction after my subroutine execution? So after this subroutine, okay, this complete subroutine is executed, 100% I want to execute the next instruction only. After this subroutine completely executed, I want this return address 204. That is why I should hold the 204, okay, in the linkage register. See here, should hold 204 in the linkage register. Then what about my program counter? My program counter, instead of 204, I should take the subroutine starting address. What's the starting address of my subroutine? 1000. Okay. So this will be replaced by 1000. So I'll execute all the subroutine instructions, all instruction 1000, 1004, 1008, 1012. Okay, something. I'll completely execute all this. After this, I should return. So where I should return back? Should return back to the here 204, isn't it? So where I'll be having 204? I'll be having 204 in the linkage register, isn't it? So that 204 linkage register data will be now uploaded to my program counter 204. I think it's very simple to understand. Okay. I think you are able to understand this. Okay, this is what is subroutine. So I think any doubts here? So we have a stack frame, very simple. See, here a stack frame is nothing but what I will do whenever I'm going to execute the subroutine. Okay, whenever I'm going to execute the subroutine, I'm going to store some data in the stack. Okay, just see the stack frame. What you're able to understand, you just make a point of it. Okay, just I think you have not studied stack yet, but still I just want to explain this in a very simple manner. It's a very simple program, you can understand it. Okay. Okay, by that time, okay, by am I uploading the presentation? By that time, I have one small question to you. What is stack? A simple question to you. Can you please tell me the answer for that? What is stack? What is stack? Last in, first out, data structure. Okay. Single and ordered list. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, very good. Last in, first out. Okay. See here, I'll write one small program to you. Very simple program. I'll write it here. Very good. You have given a very good answers. I'll just write it here. Some simple program I'll write. Some small main program. I'll take one main program. Is it okay if I take simple program? Main. Okay. Inside this main, I'll just write it here. See here, I'll just write int add. Okay, a comma b. Okay. So after this, just close this. I will call the function. So that is nothing but what? Int add, int a comma int b. Okay, very simple. Int a comma int b. Okay, I have space, sufficient space. That's why I'm writing this. A comma b. So I'll take some addition. C is equal to a plus b. Very simple program I'll take. Okay. So after that, I'll just write a return C. Okay. So I can call it as return C. Like this, I'll write a small program to you. Okay, now you're able to understand this. Very simple program, no? A very small subroutine I'm calling. So how many subroutines I have in this program? Can you give me the answer for this question? How many subroutines I'll be having here? ಎಷ್ಟು subroutines ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? How many subroutines I have? How many subroutines I'll be having in the given program, whichever I have written here for you? See, before explaining this diagram, just want to take simple program. Along with the program, if I explain, it's easy for you. That's why I'm just giving. Okay, just write that. How many subroutines I have in my given program? Subroutines. That means how many functions I've called. Yeah, very good. So there is only one, right? There is only one subroutine is there. I can write n number of subroutines. It is not mandatory that I should write only one, right? Any number of subroutines you can write here. Okay, for a simple example, I have required only one small subroutine for an explanation. So I have taken this. Okay, now come to the important point. What is stack frame? I want to explain you what is stack frame. But that purpose only, I have taken this simple example. Okay, now. So in this program, I have a program which is called, okay. So this is the calling function. Main is the calling function. Okay. So it's calling one function. Which function it is calling? Add, right? So add is the function it is calling by main. Okay. So this is one of the subroutine. I'll call this as one of the subroutine function. Here also I've written the subroutine definition of the function. I've clearly defined. Now just see here. While executing the program, okay, while you are executing the program, what I required, okay, normally if you write the program in assembly level language, every instruction should be stored in memory, isn't it? In the similar manner, what I'm supposed to do, the same instructions I have to upload in the memory, right? So assume this is one of the memory location. You assume here I have a memory, isn't it? I have one simple memory. I write it as a memory. Is it okay if I write a memory here? You're able to see this? So location of this is, assume it is okay. I'll just write a small numbers. So it's easy for me to, no, okay, easily give the number. That's fine. This address is 8. This address is 8. This address is 12. This address is 16. This address is 20. I'll write some numbers. Okay. Is it okay if I write like this? Okay. Now, what I will do, I'll use this memory in the manner of stack. In the manner of stack. So if I use them in the manner of stack means what? Okay, so last in first out. That means you have to push the data from one end. Okay, so I'll just take this as one of my stack. This is memory only, okay, but I'm using it in the manner of stack. So this is my lower location. Okay, so 20. After that, I have to put the data into 16. After that to 12. After that to 8. After that to 4. Like this. Is it okay if I write like this? You're able to understand this is a memory. Okay, in this memory, I'm using this memory in the manner of stack. Okay, stack data structure I'm using. So I'm going to insert the data in the upward manner, not downward, upward manner. Okay, so I just just put the data instruction. I have to put it to the stack. Okay, here what I could do initially when I take this instruction, add a comma b. Just here, add a comma b. You're audible, right? My voice is audible. If you're not audible, just put a message for me. Okay. Okay, you're audible. Audible, right? Yeah, I think I'm walking here. Okay. Anyway, what will happen? See, just here, when I call this function, see, add a comma b. When I call this function, some data I want to keep it in memory, isn't it? Okay, for that purpose, what I'm going to do, I'll just take the data of the parameters. How many parameters I'll be having here? Can you give me the answer for that? How many parameters my subroutine is working here? I'll be having how many parameters here? Yeah, 2 parameters I'm having. See, just please, okay, one concentration ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವು. You just make a concentration. I'm explaining you a subroutine program storing in the memory. Normal programs, how to execute, how to load into memory, I've already explained you. I don't want that now. I'm explaining you how the subroutine, okay, when the subroutine comes, how I'm going to store the information in the memory. That is what I'm explaining. Okay, and think in this way. This is a new concept. Okay, totally new concept. So please concentrate more here. A simple program. Once if you understood, everything is easy for you. Okay, and this is the last topic of your module number 1. Okay, last topic. A little bit tricky it is. That's all. Okay, just take here. I'll take the parameter number 1. Shall I take the parameter number 1 here? Yes, I will take the parameter number 1. What's the parameter here? So parameter number 1 is A. Okay, there is one more parameter as you have given a question. You have given an answer. So what is it? Parameter number 2. Okay, since I want this, no, when I call the program, I want this, isn't it? So that's why I passed the parameter parameter 1 and parameter 2. That is nothing but A and B. Not I'll write it here, A and B. Okay, these two I've sent. Why I send that, load it into the memory? Because my subroutine program requires that, isn't it? So after that, what I want to store, see, whenever I call the program, I also should know what is my return address, isn't it? For that purpose, so after this parameter I have loaded into the memory. I have to load the return address. What's the return address? Okay, next instruction address, isn't it? After executing this add, where I should come back? Should come back here? No. This instruction address also I wanted, isn't it? That's why I loaded the return address. See here? Return address. RA. That also I should store it into the memory, return address. Okay, after that return address I have stored it. Okay, just here, along with that, after I have done all this, just come to a very important concept. Just here, come here. So we have one local variable. What is that local variable to this particular program? Can you tell me? What's a local variable here inside this add a comma b? Int a comma b, I have one locally used variable here. What is that? I have not received from my main calling program. My calling function. Which is that variable? Can you tell me that one? Which variable? Yeah, exactly. See, it is exactly right. I can use any local variables. So within this function, I have some local variables. Suppose I have 10 local variables. Yes, 10 local variables are there. Okay, that local variables also you have to upload in the memory. What is the local variable now? So local variable number one. Local variable number one. I have only one. That's local variable number one. What's that variable? See, it is. That also I have loaded. Okay, just here. So I have taken my P1, that means parameter 1, parameter 2, a return address, and this is nothing but what local variable. So I have taken all this. Okay, so this is what a very simple stack I have created. Have I created the stack here? Have I created the stack? Yes, I have created the stack. Very nicely, I have created the stack. Okay, now come to the point. So how can I access this variable during my execution? For that purpose, okay, just here, the same thing only. Same thing only. Suppose in my program, I have parameter 1. How many parameters? Here in this program, only 2 parameters. Suppose there is 4 parameters are there, means parameter 2, parameter 3, parameter 4. Okay, this you have cleared, right? In this particular stack, you have cleared this. And return address. What's the return address? You have already known. Okay, that's why I have written return address also. And local variables. Within your called program, I have some local variables. Okay, so here only one. That's why I have written only one here. Suppose there is some local variables, 3 local variables are there. Just I'll take it as local variable 1, local variable 2, local variable 3. Okay, all these 3. Okay, and even sometimes my program may require some registers also. At that time, even I'll take address of that register or not, and register or not. Okay, like this I can use in my called function, okay, or subroutine. I require the parameters, I require the local variables, I require the local variables, I require the parameter, I require the return address. So everything I have included in my stack frame. Okay, then there is one space I left, which is that, can you tell me? And here I just want to told you, just I want to, I have forgotten. So this is the stack pointer. Okay, starting address is this one, SP stack pointer. It's pointing initially to here. Later it is incremented to here. It is incremented to here. Like this, it will go on increment. Okay, now as soon as I have taken the R0 register address, so I'm just having my stack pointer here, isn't it? So SP will be go on incremented. Parameter 4 now SP is here. Now parameter 3 I put into the stack. SP will be shifted here. Now I've included parameter 2. Now stack pointer incremented here. Now stack pointer here. Now stack pointer here. Like that, it will go on. Reach the top. It is reached. Now, can you make out which one variable are not explained in the diagram? You should tell me that. Ma'am, you have explained everything, ma'am. Some term which is missed by you, ma'am, which is that question I want from your side, which is missed there. Yeah. Akanksha. Yes. Saved if saved or not. Okay. Saved. Okay. Saved FP. Okay. Any other thing which is left, which I have not explained? Saved FP. Very good. Akanksha frame pointer. Very good. Eastern answers saw. Only this many students. Old T. Okay. Very good. Karthik was asked a very good question. Very good. Any other question? If you ask the question, Then I can make out you're seeing the diagram properly. Karthik was asking, what is old TOS? Yeah. Put the questions. Anyone else? Okay, done. This many questions. Yeah, I think everything, all four. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students. They've asked around 4 questions, isn't it? Asked around 4 similar questions. Yeah. Okay, I'll take this TOS. TOS is nothing but top of the stack. Okay, top of the stack. Initially, what is the top of the stack? Okay, initially it was pointing here. That's why it's told old top of the stack. Okay, so suppose I'm just I'll take one more subroutine. At that time, it becomes more top of the stack. Okay, that's why they have used the word old top of the stack. That's all. Okay, so just for your reference, you assume it's a top of the stack. That's all. That's enough. Okay, so if 2 or more subroutine comes, then 2 to 3 stacks may required. At that time, it may vary. Okay, so differentiate that. To differentiate that, they have used old top of the stack. That's enough. TOS means top of the stack. I think Karthik question I've cleared. Then take the very important. Akanksha has very clearly given frame pointer. Exactly. It is FP means frame pointer only. Just see here. It is FP is nothing but frame pointer. Very good, Akanksha. That's a very important thing. And even one more has asked FP only. Aru Kavya. Very good. One more question. Here. Angadi Shivani. So many were pointed to my FP only, frame pointer only. Exactly, right? So just see what is this frame pointer. See, frame pointer is nothing but it's a register. Okay, frame pointer is one of the register. Okay, or it's said to be a location where address of current point of SP is stored. Okay, what's that current pointer of SP? So assume just right now you assume. Okay, just now address of this. What's the address of this location? I'll write it here for your reference. This is, suppose you assume 0, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. Any mistake, please forget it. 44. Okay, now. Okay, just see here. So what will happen after I have stored the return address? Where is my SP points to? Stack pointer where it is points to? After the I've given a return address. Okay, return address. I got the return address. So I'll store it here. Return address. Now what's the address of my location? Can you tell me? What's my SP points? After this, can anybody tell me? After the return address, so I'll store it here. SP is pointing now here. After that return address I've stored. What's my next SP? What's the pointer of SP? SP location. What's the SP location? Address location. After this return address, I've filled what is next SP? 20 it is. Are you agree? It is 20. Alva 20. So that address I'm keep it in this register. See, same thing. Same location where I am standing, the same address I'm going to insert into my FP. I hope you are clear. Okay, after my return address, I'm going to store which is the next SP address. The next SP address is actually it's pointing to 20, address 20. The same address, I'll keep it inside this one. What is my data available here? The current address 20. So ma'am, what's the use of SP? You know what's the use of SP? Now suppose I want to access the data of return address. Okay, so what is my data of return address I can access? FP plus 4. Okay, suppose I want the local variable 2. I want to access local variable 2. What is it address I can easily access? 20 plus ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ? Suppose I want to access local variable 2. How can you access using FP? Just 20 minus 8. 20 minus 8. Very good, Kavya. 20 minus 8. Suppose I want to access saved R0 register. I have a R0 is having some data. I want to access the data. That location I should go. So what's the address I can easily? Which address I can use with respect to FP? 20 minus 20 minus how much? 20 minus 16. Very simple. Okay, that many locations address. This is 4 plus 4 plus 4. Okay, plus 4, 16. Like that, suppose I want to access the data of parameter 1. How can I access? Can you tell me? Suppose I want this parameter 1 using that FP. How can I access? Can you give me the answer? Using FP, how can I access the parameter 1? Could you give the answer? Yeah, 20 plus 8. Suppose I want to access parameter 4 means 20 plus 4, 20 plus 20. 20 plus 20. So one location is 4 bytes. Okay, so one location 4 bytes, second location 8 bytes, third location 12 bytes, next location 16 bytes, next parameter 4 irodu fifth location now. So that is totally 20 plus 20. So have you understood this? Even my SP is pointing here, top of the stack. It is, it was went to the very highest position. Okay, the location of SP is pointing here. Okay, you can't access all the variables. What will happen if you use the FP? You can easily access the data, local variable, whichever you want. You can easily you can access and give to your processor. Is it faster accessibility? Okay, and here also I require some low parameter. Okay, parameter value for my processor. I can easily go to this parameter too. I can transmit to my processor. Have you cleared the concept of FP? Why I'm using the FP? So suppose your subroutine, okay, required n number of variables. What variables? Either local variable or parameters. Okay, at that time what I should do? I can easily go towards up or go towards down by adding or subtracting the addresses from the FP. So easily I can give the data to my processor. It reduces the time. Okay, if you use SP, what will happen? Suppose I'll give you one example. Suppose SP. Okay, suppose my processor requires parameter 1. SP comes down means what will happen? See, SP will be pointing to parameter 1 means it should decrement. As soon as it is decremented, so remaining all variables, something like no reference. That is why I required one extra variable known as file pointer. If I use only stack pointer, what will happen to my pointer? My stack pointer will, as soon as it come down, suppose you assume my stack pointer is decremented one location means what's the meaning? So no reference to my saved R1. I don't have any reference to this. Have you understood this concept? Yes or no? Tell me first. Suppose you assume I want parameter 4. Okay, you assume parameter 4 is required by program execution. At that time, what is my SP should do? SP should come down. When it comes down, decremented all to parameter 4, it indicates that above all the variables are non-referenced. There is no reference to the above variables. Okay, but for that purpose only, I require the file pointer to take the variable. To read the variables, okay, with some address. Are we clear or not? If anybody have doubts, come to line and ask me. Because it's help I explain old TOS. See here, Lata, it's very simple part. See here, old TOS means here. See, I have a top of the stack right now. What's the top of the stack? 44. Now, what is my top of the stack right now? Right now, the top of the stack I'm pointing is 0. Lata, you got pa? Now, old is initially 44. But as soon as I just move forward, what is my TOS? Top of the stack. Top of the stack it is pointing to 0. So old is 44 and now existing is 0. That's why they have given the word TOS, old top of the stack. That's all. Yeah, exactly. It's like a reference variable only. Why it is required means to access the return address, parameters, local variables. I'm using this. It's just given. It acts like a pointer to that variables. That's all. Exactly. It show the location of the variables. That's all. Nothing else with the FP. Why FP? Why required FP, ma'am? SP only is there. No. Can you tell me? My one question to you: is SP and FP both are same? ಈಗ S idre you type S anta. No idre no the type ಮಾಡಿ. Now by this explanation, you think SP and FP both are same? Illa. Very good. It's no. They both are not same. Very good. ತುಂಬಾ simple ಇದೆ but ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ tricky ಇದೆ. It's no. See, I'll just show you. I'll write here one simple, okay, one simple example I'll take. Assume you have one this same stack only, okay, old top of the stack, okay, old top of the stack, I'll keep it here. This is old is old TOS, okay, it is pointing at, so I'll take it as suppose I'll take it as this is 100, if this is 100 means what is this? 96. What is this? 92. What is this? 88. What is this? 80 ಎಷ್ಟಪ್ಪ 4. Small mistake idre okay pa hange small mistake, okay, 80, 84, 88, 92, 96, 100. No mistake, I think everything is correct. Okay, now top of the stack is what? 100. Now I'll call it subroutine. Subroutine means what? 100% parameter is there. I'll take only one parameter. No 3, 4 parameter. I'll take only one parameter. Okay, so andre ಏನು one parameter ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ program ಅಲ್ಲಿ, so your program is, your subroutine program is, I'll take some subroutine, okay, just add, okay, or I'll take it as SQRT, best example, SQRT. It's function call, okay, subroutine, SQRT int a, only one number, okay, so only one parameter. Inside that c is equal to ಏನಪ್ಪ a into a. I should return back, okay, close, that's all, very simple, one subroutine. So ನನಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು variables ಬೇಕು, so I want actually, so only one subroutine. So this is old top of the stack, I should increment to 96. I should hold the data parameter. Which is the parameter now? Parameter 1. What's the data? A. Parameter 1 A. After parameter 1, can you tell me what is my data next? Parameter 1 ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ what data? ನೀವು ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಈಗ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ ತೆಗ್ದಿಲ್ಲ, ಐ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ದಟ್. Yeah, very good. Return address. So parameter, as soon as I called the program, I should get the parameter from the calling function. I got the parameter. Along with the return address also I want, right? So I should write here return address. Okay. After return address, what I should do now? ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ SP ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರೋದು, ಈಗ SP ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ, SP is pointing to 96. Now SP is pointing to RA. Okay, return address. Now SP will point to where? Next FP point, next is very good, very good. Karthik, I think ಯಾರಿದು? Karthikana, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಲ್ಲ. Okay, Karthika MR. Okay, FP, very good. FP ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So FP consisting of what address? ಇಲ್ಲಿ FP ಬರುತ್ತೆ, but address ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ನನಗೆ FP address ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು. The current address existing next to SP, whatever the address, the same thing. 88, very good. That is available here. 88, very good. That is what my FP. SP ಮತ್ತೆ FP both are same now. See, FP is having the data 88. SP is pointing to 88. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? SP ಆಯ್ತು. Next, ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ SP ಬದಲು next what is my next after 88? What is my next data? Next data. ಈಗ FP ಆಯ್ತು, 88 I have stored here. That is what FP now. 5 frame pointer. Next ಯಾವ್ದಪ್ಪ? Local variable C. Very good, superb. Next local variable is C. ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಮುಗೀತು. ಇನ್ನೇನಾದ್ರು ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇದ್ರೆ ಬರೀರಿ. ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಬೇಕಾ? ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಬರೀರಿ. Okay. Now where is my SP points? My SP pointing to 84, isn't it? ನೋಡಿ, SP is pointing here. Okay. Now FP is where? My FP is here. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ. FP is pointing here. Where it is FP? FP is at 88. So ನಿಮ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ತರ ರೌಂಡ್ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತೀನಿ. Okay, I'll just round it. Now we assume, okay, I require the variable parameter 1. I require the parameter 1. So which one I should use now? Shall I use SP or shall I use FP? If I use SP, what will happen? My SP will be decremented. As soon as I decremented to 96 address, above locations will be dereferenced, no reference. Okay, that is why I use the FP. Okay, now FP will, suppose I want the data parameter 1, means FP plus or minus. Can you give me that number? Number ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ ನನಗದು? Which number ಅಂತ? Local variable ನನಗೆ parameter 1 I want it. Processor required it for execution. Yeah, 88 plus 12. Why she has written 88 plus 12? 88 plus 12. 88 plus 12. 88 plus 12 ಬರುತ್ತಪ್ಪ. 88 plus 12 ಬರಲ್ಲ. 4 plus 4 ಬರುತ್ತೆ 8 ಅಷ್ಟೇ 12 ಬರಲ್ಲ 12 ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ 8 plus 8 ಅದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ this is first the two locations are there. So first location 4 bytes, second location 4 bytes. 4 plus 4 8 bytes. Okay, everybody understood? Clear? Suppose I have 2 to 3 subroutines means one within one function, one more subroutine means nested subroutine. Okay, see here ಈಗ stack frame everybody clear up? Yes or no? Stack frame ma'am, no doubts ma'am, cleared 100%. ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ everybody cleared? ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಕೇಳೋದು ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಫ್ ಪಿ, ಹೌ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇಷ್ಟು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಡ್ರಪ್ಪ. ದಿಸ್ ಮಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಎನಫ್. ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಮೋರ್ ಡೆಪ್ತ್ knowledge not much required. This much is enough. So if they ask nested subroutine means the subroutine called within. I'll write it here. Suppose it is nested. So I'll write it here. I'll make it this clear. See, nested means what? Nested subroutine. Sometimes what will happen? See here, I'll write a program here, but for the example of nested subroutine, I'll write a one simple program. That's the last concept which I want to explain. So suppose assume here we have a void main. Okay, I'll write here main. Okay, so this is main function. So I'll be writing here add. Okay, add a comma b. Okay now, so I'll call a function. Okay, I'll call a function add int a comma int b. Okay, again within this I will write one more function. Suppose subtract a comma b. Within this I'll call this. Okay, so next I'll write for subroutine, isn't it? Subtract a comma b. Subtract int a comma int b. Are you agree? Okay, so within this one more. So what I should do? So this is what I call this function. Again within this I call this function. This is what nested subroutine. Okay, so nested subroutine means, so can you now which you should give me the answer for this. I will use stack now. Okay, same thing, stack frame only I will use. Now please tell me which subroutine, local variable, return address, parameter, everything will come at top. Which subroutines will come first in the stock, top of the stack? ಯಾವ್ದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ? ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್, ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರದ್ದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ? which subroutine? ಇದು ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಬಂದು ಟಾಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು. ಯಾ, ಎನಿ ಅದರ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅದರ್ ದನ್ ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್? ಯಾ, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್, ಸೂಪರ್, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಸಬ್ರೂಟೀನ್ can you tell me which one? ಈಗ ಆಯ್ತು, ಸಬ್ರೂಟೀನ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಸಬ್ರೂಟೀನ್ which will come in the stack? Which parameter, local variable, return address will come? ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಸಬ್ರೂಟೀನ್? ಟಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ರೂಟೀನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿ. ಯಾ, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್, ಅಡಿಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್? ಸಪೋಸ್ ನೀವು ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಶೋಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಐ ರೈಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. I'll write it here. Suppose I write it small one. Okay, is it if I write like this here? I'll take this. Okay, so top of the stack here. So I'll take all. So first in baruta, this top of the stack. Next, what will come? What will come here? Parameter 1. What is parameter 1? A. Okay. Next to parameter 2, B. Okay. I'm doing for add now. Okay, add is my first subroutine. That is why. Next to return address. Isn't it correct? No, I'm writing correct or not? Am I wrong? First is what subroutine? I should push it into the stack. Add only, right? After add, subtraction. Is my answer is correct? Parameter 1A, parameter 2, first parameter, after parameter. Am I correct or am I wrong? Yes or no? ಹೇಳ್ರಪ್ಪ ನಮ್ ತಪ್ಪು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತಪ್ಪು ಅನ್ನಿ ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಸ್ ಅನ್ನಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆಯಾ am I correct? Yeah, I'm correct. Okay, A B, after AB. Okay, after AB, what I should write here? Return address. You should know return address. After return address, what I should write? FP. After FP, what I should do? Local variables. What are the local variables I'm going to use? No local variables, isn't it? No local variables. There is no local variable means just stop it. Next, what I should put? Again AB. Again AB. I don't know what is the value of AB now. It may be changed or it may be new. I don't know. But anyway, I have to write the parameters. So A, okay, B, okay. After B, return address. After return address, what I should write? After return address, I should write local variable. Any local variable you're seeing inside the subtraction? Suppose I'll write it here C, integer C. If I return integer C within the subroutine, should write, oh, okay, sorry. I have to write FP. After FP, I should write C. I'm having here, that's fine. Okay, now where is my SP is pointing? My SP is pointing at this location. Okay, now FP will be utilized to do the performance. Any variable I want, I'll utilize the FP. Okay, so everything I've done with the subroutine 1 means I'm just decrement my SP. Okay, SP will be decremented. After the subroutine is completely executed, I'll decrement my SP. Okay, then I will execute the second subroutine. Okay, this completes our almost have completed the module 1. Okay. Any doubts with this subroutine? Stack frame this is enough for you. If you understood stack frame, well, it's enough. Understood very clearly? Yes or no? Ankita, not. 2 FPs are here, Ankita. Ankita, 2 FP are there. For first subroutine, we have 1 FP here. Here, really, I have written here no FP. And for second one, here is 1 more FP. 2 FPs are there. FP is nothing but what? That particular current location it will show. That's all. Yeah, exactly. Any number of any. See, for many subroutines, many FPs will come. 100%. There won't be any ambiguity because you are using always FP. First FP will be utilized first. After first FP is completed, see, that's why I have written here. As soon as I've completed the first subroutine, my SP will be decremented. See, FP will point here. So next, which FP will be available to you? Only 1 FP. There won't be any ambiguity. Okay, so no doubts. Very good question. Yeah. For 1 subroutine, 1 FP. No doubt in that. But SP will be only 1. SP will be only 1 stack pointer. Okay. I think by this I clearly explained my stack frame. Yes, everybody. Yes or no? Understood? Stack frame. FP concept, go the SP concept. If you understood, okay, fine. If you are understood, okay, means I'll go to my assignment questions. I'll give you the page numbers. Okay, shall I go to assignment? Yes, will we go? Go to the assignment questions. Will where is the answer and all? I just want to discuss with you. Exactly, that's required, right now. Even if I miss any concept also, I'll take and I'll explain with assignment. Almost completed. Still, if anything is missed also, we will do it. Okay, pa? Yeah. We'll go to assignment 1. So I'll just take the assignment 1. Okay. I think many of you already taken the assignment books, and those who have not taken the assignment books, please come to college and collect the assignment books. Okay. And anybody not able to come to college to collect the assignment books, Can't do anything. Write in papers, okay, or in book. Okay, so please everybody come and collect the books actually, books and even lab. Yeah, come to lab. They are providing the assignment books. So come to college and collect it. And those who have not in the Karnataka or you're not able to come, you have to write it in some other book. That's all. You can't do anything. So okay, I'll take assignment number 1. So is it okay if I give the show the page numbers and all? So this is your assignment number 1. I just want to share it, right? Yeah, I'll just share it. Yeah. Okay. You're able to see, I think. So this is the assignment questions. So very simple. You have a questions available. I'm just going to show you. Okay, see what my suggestion is. I'll show you the where you what answers you're supposed to write it in the from the textbook. I'll show you. Okay, then you can see to the notes. The same content will be there in the notes. You can copy from the notes. Okay, but I'll show it in textbook. That's better. I felt. Okay, so just see here. Draw the connection between processor and memory and mention the function of each component in the connection. Isn't it? This is what the question. So I'll just show you the answer for this. No, the diagram, no, right? Processor, memory, and all the same thing. I'll show you that in the textbook. I'm just showing that answer. You want to write down the page number. If anybody wants, you can take down the page number, whichever I'll show. Okay, just a second. Okay. Abhishek, mute Abhishek, please. See, my question is, so this is the question. Draw the connection between processor and memory and mention the function of each component in the connection. Okay, you got the question, right? So here we have an answer. Okay, connection between processor, memory, right? Same thing, we have a same diagram. Everything is there in the textbook. So that is in the page number 8. If you see, we have this diagram. Everybody able to see the thing? Not see, you're able to see this? Yes or no? You're getting no? You're getting that answer? Yeah. See to the marks. Okay, see to the marks and how much is required, what data is required. Based on that, please write it. Okay, now. So page number, note down. What's the page number of this? What's the page number? Just see here. This is the page number. Okay, you're able to see the page number? 8 is not ill. This was the 8. Okay, just see this. Okay, and here the question is, and explain. Okay, each the contents. That is, what is MAR, what is MDR, what is PC, what is IR, what is control unit, what is ALU unit. Okay, every component you have to explain. Okay, that's the question. Okay, that is what 1A. 1A I've showed you. Okay, that explanation you have see what is program counter. Okay. So what is program counter? What is in general purpose register? Everything is here. Okay, even in notes also you have this. You have the answer. Okay, just go there, go to the notes, and just copy the answer. If you feel a textbook is better, you can use a textbook directly. Anyway, textbook is everybody is having that soft copy. Okay, that's the thing. And one more question. We have a second question, assignment 2. Assignment B only. Explain the basic operation concepts. Basic operation concepts means how the operation will be taking place. For that, what you should do, one example you have to take. Okay, the same answer is already there in the textbook. I'll just show you here. Just go to the page number 7. Basic operational concept. Okay, so here add location A comma R naught. Okay, so this example you have to take and you have to explain. So how to access the data from location A, how to access the data from the R naught, how to add the data, what's the process, where I should go, MAR to MDR, MDR to PC, like that. You're getting that concept. The same thing is here. That's a basic operational concept. This concept you have to write here. Okay, this example you have to take and explain it. Okay, this is page number 7. Got the answer for 1B? Yes or no? ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ yes no ಅಂತ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಪ್ಪ. ಇದೀರಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಗೆ. You got it? Simple ಇದೆ. 5 marks ನೋಡಿ. 5 marks ಇದೆ. Ma'am, basic operational concepts, it's there in notes actually. Notes ಇದೆ. You just go to notes and copy that answer. You know, it has been written very neatly. Okay? Everybody understood, I think. First question, everybody got the answer? Yes? Okay. Go to second question. I'll take the second question. 2. Just see here. Write all about big endian and little endian scheme in a byte addressable computer. Okay, you simple explain ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Diagram, what is big endian, what is little endian. Simple way you have to explain. Okay, but in exam, see here we have given marks may be less here, but in exam it could be 10 marks question. Explain big endian and little endian in detail. Okay, if that is the question, you have to explain very clearly. That could be 8 marks question, that could be 10 marks question, I don't know. Okay, so I just want to show that answer. So that is page number 35. Page number 35. If you go to the page number 35, it's a simple. Okay, this one you have to explain. Big endian, little endian. Okay, so it's actually less marks is there. So write, required answer, and then you 3 lines baribekantala. You have to explain properly. Okay, because as I said, you in exam this question may be 10 marks. In one previous question paper, it was a 10 marks question. Like that, we can't judge the question paper setter. Okay, everybody got the answer for the second A? Yes or no? Ma'am, I want this answer. Means go to notes. In notes we have, no, just go to the notes and they have written very clearly. Okay, now I felt that is fine with it. Go to textbook first, just see it and go. Okay, I don't want to go to notes directly because some required answers may not be there in the notes. Okay, lot small things. That's why I have taken a textbook. That's better. Okay, these 2 diagrams you have to write and explain. 3 marks in a silpa light. Write it some 5 to 6 lines of explanation you have to give it. Okay. Any doubts also? If you have any doubts, just post the question here only. I'll clarify it. Page number. See, page number is here 35. Continue. 35. You're able to see? 35. The page number 35. Then note down ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು somebody please type there page number. ಆ ಕಡೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತಿರೋರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ page number 35 ಅಂತ. And you share the information to your friends. Okay, somebody write it and share that information to your friends. Okay, now. Okay, yeah, I think nan heladnalla big endian little endian diagram with explanation. Okay, now. So a little bit it was 3 to 5 marks andre some 4 to 5 lines of explanation for each. Okay, so 10 marks idre you have to elaborate it properly. Okay, so study it properly. Any doubts you have, please post the question here. Okay, then we'll take the next question. Next question is just here, address space, fetch and store. See, we have to explain what is a small sub question. What is word length? Word length means what? Address space means what? Fetch and store. See, fetch and store means very simple, accessing and storing. Fetch means access the data from the memory. It's like a load. Store means how to store the data to the memory. Okay, and word length, no, word length. Okay, that is nothing but what? Suppose 3 bytes is equal to 1 word, means that's a word length. Okay, address space. Okay, what is the address space? You're going to have a space of address. So I'll just show you here in the answer. That's a page number. I think 33. Page number 33. Please note down that page number 33. In 33, you have all the answers. Here, address space. What's the address space? So you have to write this one simple diagram. Which diagram? This. Wait. I'll show you. K minus 1. Yeah. See here, the addresses of all the locations. We have all the space, no complete space. Suppose we have a 0 address, 4th address, like that. We have a complete memory. No, we have n number of addresses. That is said to be an address space. That's all. Okay. They have given here address space. What is the address space? Okay. So it is consisting of 2 to the power of k locations, memory locations. Okay. Like that, you have to write this address locations you have, and word length. Here, word length is also here. Suppose you want, I'll just highlight it. Here, word length. Highlight. Oh shit. It's not highlighting. I don't know why. Let it be. Okay, now. So this is what word length. You're able to see the word length, right? Word length you have, definition, address space you have, and access and store. Page number, Barkoli. You write the page number. Page number is 33. Page number 33. Somebody type here page number so that everybody can see to it. Those who are not able to audible my voice. Type ಮಾಡಿ so that ಯಾರಾದರೂ audible ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ not able to audible means let them see there. Okay, page number 33 and 36. Page number 33 and 36. 36 you have an answer of fetch and store. I'll show you that answer. Okay, let me type at least. ನಾನೇ ಬರಿಲ್ಲ. See, 2 bige 33, 36 bariyappa. Lavanya, 36 also you type. 36 is you have fetch and store. See here, 36 you have fetch and store. I'll show you here. At 36 you have fetch and store. We have a data here. See here. What is fetch? What is store? That's why. Okay. Next question. Next question is, see just here, what is straight line sequencing and branching? Explain with an example. Okay, now. Okay. I think I'm audible. You have journal. Yes. Audible? Am I audible? Yeah. Is it audible to you? Yes. Okay. Then take the next question. Yeah. Then take the next question. What is straight line sequencing and branching sequencing? Okay. This I've already explained you very clearly. Okay. So I'll go to the answer for this. Straight line sequencing and thing. Go to 14, page number, I think, sorry, 2C. 2C is 43, 44. 43, 44. So you have an answer here in the notes, actually, it's very clearly 43 and 44. Somebody type that number, 43 and 44. Just show you. Just showing that 43 page number and 43 and 44. Yeah, just here. This is straight line. The instruction execution using straight line sequencing. 42, 43, 42, 43, and this is branching. So these two diagrams, and you have to explain it properly. Okay. So write 42, 43, 42, 43, 44. All three pages are there, but in notes it will be one page or 1 or 2 pages. That's all. Okay. Yeah, I think clear. Clear. Yes, you're clear, right? Yeah, 42, 43. Okay, done. Okay, but since the marks is quite less, write the diagram and explain both of them. Okay, in brief. Go to notes. The answer will be there. Okay, then I'll take the next question. You got the basic. See here, third day. I'm telling you for the question number 3A, basic performance equation. You know the basic performance equation. What's the basic performance equation? T is equal to N into S divided by R. Okay. So that explain the role of each parameter. Okay. So for that, you'll go to page number 14 first. For 3A, I'll go to page number 14. In the 14, you have the answer. It's very simple. Page number. I think it's page number 14. Yeah. Yeah, it's page number 14. See here, basic performance equation. Okay. In page number 14, you have a basic performance equation definition, and in page number 15, you have the that one T is equal to N into S divided by R. Okay, this you will be having. Okay, getting? Everybody got the answer? Okay, T is equal to N into S divided by R. They see the question. You have to explain each term clearly. What is T? What is N? What is S? What is R? Okay. So see to the marks and write it. Definition and the equation, and with each terms explanation. That's all. Okay, pa? Clear? Yes? Clear? Somebody type it that page number if you want. 15 it 14, 15 you can write, or 15 you write. That's enough. Okay. Next, I'll take one more question. Yaudu. Everything we have completed. No, already we have completed. See, just show how the operation C is equal to A plus B can be implemented in a single accumulator computer. I have an accumulator. Okay. I have an accumulator. Okay. If your system is having accumulator, assume that. Okay. Now you have to write the program. Okay. For C is equal to A plus B. That to what? Using 3 address instruction, using 2 address instruction, using 1 address instruction. You have to write the simple program. Okay. So for this also you have the answer in the textbook. I'll just show you 3B, 39 and 40. And I'll write you that separate answer also by myself. I'll write it. Okay. Just see here. Everybody, so the page number, I think 39. If you go to 39, clear explanation is there in the textbook. 39. Yeah. Very clearly they have explained. Anyway, I'll write for you. I'll write it anyway one more time. See here. For C is equal to A plus B. For C is equal to A plus B, the program. Okay. How to write using 3 instruction. Add A comma B comma C. That's all. Adding 2 instructions. Add A comma B. Okay. Suppose if it is so it's it is having accumulator. If accumulator is there, how to write it? Add A, load A, and store A. Okay, A comma B comma C, right? So load A, add B, and store C. So these are all the answers. You want me to write it separately? So first note down the page number for this 39. From 39 you have an answer. I'll write here separately the answer for that question. Okay. You're getting my words? I'll write it very simple way. Just stop sharing. See here, I'll just write it here. See, for one address, what is my question actually? C is equal to, your answer is very simple. I'll write it here. C is equal to A plus B. Okay, now C is equal to A plus B. Okay, so that question is, for this one, this instruction you have to write the one address. Okay, using one address you have to write the program. Okay, so I'll write now one address, two address, and three address. First I'll write for one address. For one address means what? One address type instruction. One address type instruction. Want to note down the answer for this? Answer ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಬರೀತೀರಾ? Anybody know? Already you know the answer. Please type the answer. Okay, one address instruction. So it's very simple. As they have said, you're supposed to use only one variable. Okay, so C is equal to A plus B. What I'll do, I'll just take the data. Okay, see here, accumulator is there. Okay, so I can write here load. I'll use the. Okay, it's one address. So I'm just writing here only one address. So accumulator is there by default. So I can take load A. Okay, accumulator is there by default. In the right side, it's like some accumulator. It's like accumulator. You don't need to write the accumulator. By default, it's there. Load A. So you'll be having the data. A will be loaded to accumulator. After A will be having the data in the accumulator. Next, I just want to add B. So my data in the accumulator will be added with B. Next, to store the data. Store the data into C. That's all. Understood this? Very simple. So if still you want, I'll just write it here. So suppose you have a data here. I have an accumulator here, ACC. I don't know what's the data in the accumulator. I don't know. I'll just give it an empty space here. Okay. So whatever the data you have A, that you should load it into accumulator. So now accumulator is having data A. Okay. Since one address means what? Only one operands you should have. A. Now add B. So now whatever the data is there in the accumulator A, for that you should add B by default. Okay. So data will be added to my accumulator. So now what is my accumulator consisting of? A plus B. Okay. So by default the data will be now A plus B. Okay. What is my accumulator is having? A plus B it's having. Now this A plus B data, I want to store it into C, isn't it? So how to store the data? So it is something like store, instead of this instruction, it is something like store. Only in this store instruction, it is something like accumulator comma store. Accumulator comma store. Destination and source will be, just tilted towards right and left. Something like this. Okay. Now data in the accumulator will be stored it into C. Okay. So this A plus B answer will be stored it into a C. That's all. So this is what my one address type instruction. Okay. Understood? Any doubts? Add the data A to the accumulator. So by default, no need to write accumulator. It's by default accumulator is there. Now accumulator which is having A, for that I'm adding B. Both are will be added. So now A plus B data is there in the accumulator. So that accumulator data will be stored it into C. So my C now consisting of result. Any doubts anybody is having? Please pose the question here. Before I'm writing this to address instruction type. Any doubts? Any doubts, Appa? Doubts idya? Another doubt idya adralli? Am I audible or not? Any doubts in this one? I'm asking. Yeah, clear no? That answer? Okay, next to two address instruction. Next to two address instruction. What is two address instruction? Can you give me the answer for two address instruction? Do you write the answer? No? Will you write the answer there? Somebody write the answer for two address instruction type. Ashtad mugito. Two address instruction type. Two address instruction type. Somebody type the answer for me. Anyway, I'll also write it simultaneously. Any mistake is there, I'll correct it. Don't worry, but type the answer. Let me see. Two address, and two operand should be there. You can write it in any of the way. You can write it in n number of ways actually. And there are two to three types. You can in 2 to 3 ways you can write the answer for this. Will you type? Load A. You can write, you can use the register if you want. That's another way. Or I don't want to load anything. Directly write add A comma B. After adding A comma B, then store the data into C. A comma B. So B is having the data. Now B comma C. That's all. This one way. Add A comma B. Both A and B data both I have added. So the result I'm just storing it into the C. That's all. So since B is the variable, the destination where A plus B data is stored. So that resultant data I'm just storing into the destination C. That's all. Any doubts here at least? Can I write it another way? So what's another way of writing the thing? Yeah, you can write it another way. Ma'am, I will use registers and your registers use ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. What is that? Load A comma R0. Okay. Then add B comma R0. Okay. Then store R0 comma C. Is both are correct? Two address correct or wrong? You can write it in a number of ways. Two address instruction and two operand should be there. Clear? No doubts? Clear or not? Two address instruction, both answers are correct. You can write both or anyone. Clear or not? Yes or no? Two address instruction clear? Clear pa? Okay. Oh, okay, very good. Next we have three address instruction. Three address instruction I'll write it here. Three address instructions. See, just write it here. Three address instruction, very simple. Add A comma B comma C. That's all. Three address instruction. A comma B comma C. Copy this answer. All these three answers you should copy. Okay. Somewhere in the book, just copy it. Everybody clear? Which question number is this? I think it is question number 3. 3B. 3B. 3B clear? 3B over now. Shall I go to next question? Okay, I'll go to next question. 3C. I'll just share that. Have you copied this answer? Shall I go to the textbook? Everybody copy now? Shall I go to textbook now? Ma'am, it's enough for 3B question answer. Enough. 100%. See the question. Yeah, see the question. Question ಏನಿದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾವೇನಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೆಯೋಣಪ್ಪ? See the question. Question ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೇಳಿರೋದವರು. See the question. Show the operation and implement in single accumulator computer. 3 address instruction, 2 address instruction, and 1 address instruction. That's all. No, Ankita. No need of explanation. Enough. No explanation. Share agilala, not shared it. I'm showing the question actually. It's not yet shared. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm just sharing that question. I'm sharing to you. See the question. Yeah. Okay, so by this third we completed. I'm just giving that questions. Let's see. Okay. Clear, pa? 3B over. 3C, I'll just show you the answer in a textbook. In textbook, I'll show it. Next questions we'll discuss in the tomorrow's class. Okay. So by that time, I'll take attendance. It's loading actually. See, 3C, I will show the what do you mean by bus in a system? Okay, bus means what? Will transmit the data between memory, processor, input device, output device, like that. Okay, you have to explain that. Okay, in diagram. That's available here in the page number. Just see the textbook. Page number. Which question is this? This is 3C now. 3C is 9. Page number 9. So go to page number 9. So page number 9 now we have a answer for this. I'm just showing you page number 9. Yeah. See this bus structure? This bus structure, this you have to explain. You got the answer for this? 3C? Page number, please note down. It's around 9 and 10. In the 10th page, you have a diagram. This diagram you have to explain. Single bus, that's all. Okay, data will be transmitted between input device to output device, memory, and processor. There's only single buses here. We don't have multiple buses. Okay, that's why it's a single bus which holds the data and transmit between input device, output device, memory, and processor. Okay, so it's very simple. Can explain. Any other doubts? Pose the question for me. Page number you want? Note down 9, 10 like that. 9 or 10. 10 you have a diagram. So take that page. So I'll take attendance now. Use the microphone, please. Asta. Okay. Next questions we'll discuss in tomorrow's class. Is it okay? Asta, she's absent. Yusuf Khan. Yusuf. So I'll just stop sharing. Yeah. Any doubts? You just pose.
Nothing, ma'am.
Yarappa idu. Who is this? Okay. I think it is Yusuf Khan. Yusuf Khan, right? Asta was absent. Yusuf Khan present. Abhijit Kumar. Abhijit absent. Abhishek. Abhishek, no reply. Abhishek Mishra. Okay, Abhijit present. Abhishek Mishra absent. Adish absent. Aditya absent. Aditya Pratap. Yeah, Abhishek Bernwal, you are present. I put present. Aditya Kumar Agarwal. USN number 7. USN number 5 present. Okay. Aditya Pratap Verma. See, those who are, giving the answer late to me, please wait. Okay, don't put a messages. Later at the end of the session, I'll ask you to type. At that time you type. Otherwise, I can't call. I can't take all the names at a time simultaneously. So please, Aditya Pratap, user number 8. Please use the microphone. So Aditya Pratap absent. Aditya Raj. Aditya Raj absent. Akanksha. 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 Okay. Akanksha absent. Please don't type.
USN 8
Only-
present.
Hey Aditya, please listen my words, Aditya. I told no, those who have missed it, please wait. At the end of the session, you can give me the answer. Please don't type. I don't take anybody attendance now. Don't type anything. Okay, USC number 10, Akanksha absent. Okay, next I will take. Please students, please wait. Next, Chakravardhan. Chakravardhan absent. Chakravardhan is absent. Akshat. Akshat. Amog. 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 Anaga. Anaga. Anushri. Anushri. Ananya. Ananya. Okay, Ananya was absent. Angadi Shivani. Shivani absent. Ankit Kumar. Ankit Kumar absent. User number 19. User number 19. Ankita. User number 19, Ankita. User number 20, Anusha. Please wait. Don't type. Please. Only after user number 20 you type it. Before user number 20, please don't type it. I will ask you later. Please don't type it. Ananya, please don't type. Okay. User number 20, Anusha. User number 21, Apurva. Okay. 20 present. 21, Apurva. Use microphone. Everybody, please use microphone. Microphone use ಮಾಡ್ರಪ್ಪ ಬೇಗ attendance ತಗೋಬಹುದು. We can take faster. If you don't use microphone, we can't take faster, right? Look, please use microphone, okay? Next, Apurva GS. Apurva GS. No reply. Apurva M. Apurva M. No reply. Aryan. Aryan. I am not able to. Is my voice audible? Let me clear. Ma'am, is my voice audible first of all? Yes, sir. Is my voice audible? Is my voice audible? Then why you're not giving the answer in microphone? Please use microphone. Everyone, please use microphone. I think some problem has happened here. No, everybody logged out. Something was happened. Okay, some problem is there. Any problems you're facing? But some of us. Disconnected suddenly. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Also like, okay, pa. Yeah. I'm getting your problem. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I have understood. Some problem is there. I can understand. It's okay. We'll update. Don't worry. I'll also go slow a little bit. Mm, okay. Use the number. Use.
Gangnam Style.